Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hey, so today I want to discuss the rig I'm going to take to Nelson. We're playing a blues festival, myself and Neil Billington on harmonica. It's our band, the Neil Billington Nick Granville Band, and we've been playing some blues stuff. When I say blues, it's pretty loosely blues. There's some influences of jazz, some funky kind of stuff. It's a wider gamut than that, but it's blues essentially. And so I was kind of thinking about what gear I'm going to take. I was tempted to take this, but I'm not going to take this guitar. And I'll kind of discuss some of the gear that I'm going to take with me and my reasonings why. Because this might help you kind of think. Because I kind of look at every gig differently. I don't always take the same stuff. Let's dive in. Firstly, what guitar am I going to take? Well, I'm going to take the Strat. Right, like anybody who knows me knows that this is one of my favorite guitars ever. It's a 1994 made in Japan, completely modified. It's got different pickups, new frets, new nut, rewired, all kinds of stuff going on with it. So it's pretty cool. The reason I'm taking this, I can get single coil sounds and I can get a humbucker sound. So I can do like, as my buddy Warren Mendonza says, you can go from like is it Mark Knopfler to Gary Moore in one guitar. Always like that. But yeah, I'm going to take this guitar. The other thing too with Strats is, have you ever seen a Strat with a broken neck? Me neither, right? I've seen plenty of Les Pauls or mahogany neck guitars with broken necks. I mean, this will survive. And one of the things with this gig is I've got two checked-in bags. Right, this is a small airline. It's going to a small place within New Zealand, right? So you can't carry on the plane. You just can't. So I'm taking this guitar, and I'm actually going to take it in a gig bag. People might be like, "You're going to check it in a gig bag? Are you crazy?" Well, normally I would put guitars in a flight case, and then inside the flight case I have a gig bag, but I don't want to deal with a flight case when I'm down there. So I'm actually going to take this, and this is what I took when we went around Europe in 2018. This is all I used. And this is actually, it's a gig bag, but it's not. It's like this, it's foam molded, you know what I mean? It's sort of a molded, it's sort of between a hard shell case and a soft case. This is what I'm taking. I'm going to check it in. But that's going to be the guitar and the guitar case. So the guitar strap goes in here, and I'll fill it up with socks, anything I can do to get in there, right? So then the rig, right? What am I going to do for the rig? Well, I was thinking about this a lot, right? This is small town New Zealand, so you get what you get when you go to these things, right? You could turn up, and I've had it before where they've said, yeah, this is the amp that you'll be provided, and you get there and it's not that. I remember one festival we played at, I was like, what amp is there going to be? And they said, oh, Fender Twin. And I thought, okay, phew, that'll be all right. No, it wasn't. It was one of those Fender solid state amps with two speakers. He was like, yeah, two speakers, Twin. And I'm like, no, that's not a Fender Twin. Now, my sound sucked that day. It was horrible. I was stuck with it. That's all I had. They've told me there's a Vibra King there. So that's a cool amp. But I've never actually played through one. 3x10-inch speakers. Could be pretty cool, right? Like, I'm thinking like Bandmaster vibes, right? They've told me there's going to be a Hot Rod Deluxe there and maybe a Deluxe. And then Neil's going to be using a Bassman. So he's going to have 45 watts, 4 10-inch speakers, like pretty powerful, big sound. So I was like, well, I'm going to run through one of those amps probably, right? And then I was thinking, I'm going to take this, which is the Fractal AM4. Now, you might be thinking, why are you taking that? I just loaned it to a student too, he checked it out, and so I'm going to take this. Now, there we go. I'll figure it out. Now, I did start to put together a pedal board, but the more I thought about it, this makes the most sense for a blues gig, right? Because I know there's going to be amps there. I don't know what the PA system is going to be like. It could be minimal. It's an outdoor gig, so it's probably going to have to be something, but I don't know the person who's operating it. Going direct is probably going to be a problem, so I don't want to bring my FM3, right? Because going direct, there's no any M monitors. He won't be dealing with that. So then I was kind of like, well, it's unknown, right? So I was like, right, I'm probably going to use one of the amps that are there, but what if they don't work? Then I need a solution where I can go direct if I have to. Hence why this came in, right? I'll set this up to be reverb, delay, tremolo, and this one here will probably be either rotary or it'll be the amp. So if I have to go direct, boom, there's the amp. If I run this into an amp, which I'll show you in a moment, it actually works really well running into an amp. I figured this out the other day. Then I can do that too. So it gives me a bunch of options. It's sort of like backup built in. And then in addition to this, I'm going to bring probably a Zen Drive distortion pedal and just run it into the front of it. Right, and that gives me another option. The other thing I can do with this too, which is really cool, is I can set up an EQ. So I can have one of the blocks be an EQ if the amps are sounding a little, you know, maybe they're too bottomy and heavy, they haven't got enough top, whatever it might be. So hey, let's get rigged up and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm all rigged up. I've literally just gone into the front of here and out into my little Victoria Deluxe, which is back there. So that's my setup. So I've just, this one's a reverb block. Right. So I've set this up. This is how I'll probably run it. So that's a general reverb, you know, something that I might use for general sounds. If I want something more funky, I'd probably go to the smaller sounding one, just this one. Right, and that's a sort of a funkier sounding reverb. So I'll go back to my first one. I like a little bit of delay, so I'd have this. And then I've set up a drive block in here. So that's going to be the sound that I'm going to use for probably the bulk of it. That's the BB preamp as a block, I think. Yes, BB pre. And then I've set up a Nobelium OVD1. Little more classic rock, so I'll probably use that if I need that flavor. I've set up the Sir Riot, one of my favorite overdrive pedals. Right, so there's all my overdrives kind of covered, right? And then tremolo. And I'm running into an amp, right? Should anything go wrong, then I go, okay, like I go presets, and I go into this one, Nick AM4, and in this case I have an amp block here. And what I can do then is with the amp block, I can just go into the front of house PA, should anything go wrong, right, with the amps, because I don't know what I'm going to get. And that's the thing, always makes me nervous whenever I have gigs and I have no idea what gear I'm going to be walking into. It's sort of like, eh. Other thing that with this, it's a real advantage, is there's my tuner, those two. There's my tuner. I can get tap tempo. Right, that would be my tap tempo. I can mute if I want to. So I don't have to worry about a tuner. That's great. If for any reason one of the amps is sounding a little sick or something, well, I'll just go along to this block and I'll turn that into an EQ. There we go. And I go enter, and now I have an EQ in that block, right? And if I go into it, and there's my EQ, right? And I can EQ the amp to kind of suit. So this solves a lot of problems, right? It's my tuner, it's my direct if I need to, if anything goes wrong. It's like a problem solver for me for this gig. Now I might not use it on another gig. The other thing I'm going to take is this, which is a Big Shot ABY. So I'll probably come out of here and split it out to 2 amps maybe. I'm going to take this anyway just in case, because I may want to use 2 amps, I may want to use just one. I don't know. And that's the thing, I don't know until I get there what I'm going to get. So this is just going to go in a backpack with me and I'll carry it on the plane. All right, that I can carry on the plane. This will get checked in the bag, and then my suitcase will be my clothes and all my stuff in there, and that'll go in the check, because I've got 2 checked bags, and that's going to be the gig, right? And so, yeah, can do a lot with just that. All right? So you can see, like with this, I have kind of got a whole lot of things covered. So that's what I'm going to do on that gig. A couple of weeks after that, I'm actually off to Auckland to play with Ben Shepherd and a bunch of people. I'll probably take a different rig for that. Who knows? I haven't really thought that far yet. I'll definitely take a different guitar. I haven't really decided, because we're playing more jazz kind of stuff. It's different from doing a blues gig, right? Blues gig, I want to take this. Rock gig, I probably want to take this. Jazz gig, I probably want to, maybe my SCO guitar is what I'm thinking. Or the AR 520. Anyway, hope you found this useful. It's just kind of my little thing, my little rig for this gig. It should be fun. So if you're in the Nelson, Tasman region, come out to the gig, man. Like, what are you doing? It's $20 to get in the door. I think it's $20, $30, something like that. It's not very expensive. And it's going to be, like, I thought the price was very reasonable. And there's music on all day, and then we play it in the evening. So it's going to be a hoot. Got a great band. All right, catch you soon. Like and subscribe. See you soon. Cheers.